What up, squad? It's your friendly neighborhood Robo-Riv back at it again, and we've got another practical drawing, not on Procreate this time. And as you can see by the video, I'm at an actual art table. Oh my God. Could you believe it? I gotta thank my boy DJ Shifty, Dave Stutzman. Thank you so much for getting me this table. This is actually his old drafting table, but I had reconnected with him recently and checked out his place, and I saw this drafting table here and there, and he said, "Hey, you want to get this off my hands?" I said, "Definitely," because I was drawing on on like a old TV tray before this. I had a drafting table before, but back when I lived down south, but it didn't quite make it during the move back up north here. It broke on the way, and it's just been kind of collecting dust in my parents' garage. So my folks, parents, you can finally throw that out or give it to somebody who can fix it, because now I'm at this table, and what we're drawing is good old Invincible. And you see I am sped up to supersonic speeds on this drawing because I'm in fact pretty slow artist that erases a lot, as you can see. Also, as you can see, when I started out too, I was holding the pencil in kind of a little awkward. I was holding it a lot looser. When I start laying down the pencils for whatever I'm doing, for whatever pose I'm doing, sometimes I don't have a pose really in mind, and I'll take a couple of tries to kind of get where I'm going with it. So I like to sketch as lightly as possible, and the way I achieve that is by using a lighter lead. I think I use either 2H or HB on this, probably HB, the way I'm able to erase it so cleanly, and really just not putting a whole lot of pressure down on the paper. And the looser you hold, your pencil, your mechanical pencil or whatever pencil you got, just the looser the sketch is, I find, and also it's just you're putting less pressure down on the paper, so it's easier to pick up with your eraser. But with that being said, yeah, I'm drawing a lot faster in this video. I wish I could draw this fast. This drawing of Mr. Grayson took probably about 2 or 3 hours altogether. I broke it up into 2 days, which I have to do with a lot of my artwork lately because I've got other stuff to do. I got to get groceries like everybody else. So sometimes I don't really have the luxury of sitting down and working on something all at once, or, with the nature of my work now, my day is kind of broken up between drawing and making product for whatever show I'm going to be vending at or whatever convention I'm going to be doing, or working on other people's work, working on other clients' work, meeting with clients, all that good stuff. And now that I'm a few months into doing this as my full-time job, it's not what I expected, but both in good and I won't say bad ways, just challenging ways. Just trying to have to wear many different hats is different for me. But you live and you learn, you get better at doing it the more you do it, just like with drawing. I think sometimes people see what I'm able to slap down on paper, and they think it just comes all so easy, but it's just a lot of practice. And this is kind of what this piece is. It's meant to be a practice piece, but it's also meant to be something that, maybe someone will like enough where I could sell it. And it'll be a fine addition to my original art portfolio that I like to take with me to certain shows. Sometimes you'll find that people don't want to buy prints. They'll actually want to pick up original piece, like a one-of-a-kind piece. So I like to have plenty of those with me when I go to certain shows. That way it's always cool to be able to have some artwork that nobody will have that is the original. I know I've got a couple pieces. As I was searching through, looking for some older work to include in that portfolio, I came across some really cool sketches that I have collected throughout time from friends of mine. Brett Strong, I got a lot of his artwork. Joe White, my brother, even my older brother Gabriel, he really got me into wanting to be a better craftsman with my art and just be more detailed by seeing his artwork growing up. So, you know, there's people that I know that don't live that far from me that are great inspirations for wanting to improve constantly. Maurice Williams, that's another guy. These are all guys that, you know, they may not have like a huge online presence, but to me, they're really important, and they're good people. They're good friends. Like even with Dave, you know, I hadn't spoke to him in well over a decade. And then we kind of reconnected, and he lent me this. Well, he gave me this table, and so it saves me a lot of back pain from hunching over trying to draw on a TV table. So I really dig it. What I'm doing right here is I'm erasing my pencil lines and going over it with color pencil. That's because I'm going to color this with Copic and Prisma markers. And one of the things I didn't really do with this that, again, it's like, you learn to try to do it better next time. I didn't check to see how much of the yellow Copic marker that I had filled up. The marker was drying out on me. And of course, Invincible's costume uses a good amount of yellow. So I had to compromise, and you'll see once we get into that part of it, I had to compromise and use a little bit more color pencil in this than I wanted to initially. And I had some issues too with the blending of the yellow. It didn't really blend how I wanted it to, but you know, with this kind of work, you kind of have to think fast and go with the flow with certain things. It might not be, 100% exactly how you want it to be. And I'll be honest, I've kind of gotten more used to that. Doing work digital, you can really get it exactly how you want it to be. And you have countless amounts of go back and, if you screw it up the first time, you can always go back and redo it. Not so much with this, not so much with doing things traditionally. You just kind of have to go with the flow, but that's kind of fun too. There can be fun had in that, and having a little bit of mystery with the final product. I'm trying to get more back into the swing of that and being okay with my work not being, exactly how I pictured it in my mind. Because really that's truly how you learn to get better, and you learn better craftsmanship by doing that. As far as the comic book of Invincible, I'll be honest, I fall into the camp of I have not read a whole lot of Invincible. I've only read like the first few issues, and I really enjoyed it, but it hit me during a time where I wasn't really keeping up with comics that much. I mean, I'm still not really keeping up with comics a whole lot as much as I'd like to. Again, it's just a time and money kind of thing. But I do keep up with the Amazon Prime show, with the animated show, and I really enjoy the show, and it makes me want to read more of the comic books for sure. And so perhaps one day I'll be able to get my hands on like a big omnibus, a big Invincible omnibus, and just kind of, binge read it and really get up to speed with it. I jumped cut here. You could see it's not quite how I wanted it to be. I had to use more colored pencil with the blending, and it turned out darker than I wanted it to, and I ended up having to use this goldenrod orange Prisma marker, which was also drying up on me. So again, a good tip for if you are going to be using your markers or paint or whatever, just check and make sure you've got enough for the piece before you do it. It didn't stop me this time, but I probably won't be doing another traditional Invincible drawing until I get until I'm able to make a trip down to the art store and pick up some more markers. And they're not cheap either. If you know, you know. I ended up using a little bit of that skin. I think it's called Skin White, or it's the same kind of peach color that I used for his skin. I kind of blended that in a little bit with the yellow to kind of extend some parts, and it's okay. It worked all right. I used, again, some Prismas and some blenders with the shoulders there. But yeah, anyway, before I get on another tangent, with the Invincible comic, oh my God, I love Omni-Man in Mortal Kombat. That's another reason I want to get back into the into the comic books and really get the full story, because I know like the animated is just an adaptation of the comics, and it's not like a beat for beat, which it shouldn't be. I'm of the ilk that, you know, with animation and movies, it should always be adaptation doesn't always equal like exact translation, because where's the fun in that? You know, it needs to be a little bit different. You know, I think sometimes when things are a little bit too much of a one-on-one of the source material, like why even bother watching it, you know, when you can just read it. But with Mortal Kombat and Omni-Man, that's oh my goodness, I love using him. He's just so much fun when you get him in that what's it called, the Viltrumite stance, and he just kind of ducks and dodges your opponent's projectiles. For all those people that like to zone, you just duck and dodge and then do that real quick super punch. Ah man, he's really cool. I definitely enjoy using him more than Homelander. I can't really get a hang of Homelander. Maybe I just because I haven't really been playing a whole lot lately, but I just really suck with Homelander. But anyway, man, that's something I really want to draw to. That'd be cool, like a Omni-Man versus Homelander, a pinup piece. But this part came through pretty cut and dry, pretty easily, doing the skin tones. Again, I kind of wish I would have added maybe a little bit more purple shadow to it, but you know, I'm pretty happy with the results. One of the things I love about doing both color pencil or color marker and acrylic painting, and doing pastel too. I've been doing a little bit more pastel work in my free time. And the thing I love about all of that stuff is it's just a nice journey into color theory. And I suggest it for anyone who is doing digital artwork and wants to get better at choosing colors for their own color theory. It is when you see how colors blend and mix naturally, it helps you, you know, when it comes to doing it digitally, because you have such a wide color profile when you're doing something digitally. It's easy to really muck things up if you don't understand how practically, you know, certain colors blend and work together. Like, you know, like when I was saying with the skin tones with Mark, like, you know, wanting to add a little bit more purple in those shadows to make it pop. That's one of those things, like, it translates digitally too when you're painting something in Procreate or Photoshop. Oh, one thing I'd like to point out too, if you live in the Omaha, Nebraska area, I will be at Comic Con this weekend, the weekend of June 28th through the 30th. So if you catch this video before then and you've got the time, come out and see me. I'd like to see you. I'd like to chit chat with you. And unless this Invincible piece sells at the show I'm about to do this weekend, you'll be able to see this live in the flesh, this drawing live in the flesh. I'll have it with me, along with some other cool things. I recently did a big Hulk acrylic painting I'm pretty happy with. And that was like kind of like another, same purpose as this drawing was for practice and also to sell because got to get them groceries. But yeah, so if you guys are around then, come through, get your tickets. I'm sure if you look up Comic Con online, it'll pop up. I'll try to remember to include a link in this video for Comic Con. But yeah, check it out. And not only just me, there'll be like a ton of really cool vendors there. It'll be at the Mid-America Center. So yeah, check it out. There'll be one of the things I'm hoping that I'm able to step away from my table for a little bit, because I want to see what cool collectibles they have there. Hopefully I make a little extra scratch and can, afford to maybe treat myself a little bit to something cool. If you've seen, if you've been checking out some of these videos, and if you've seen my other Instagram, not the Art of Nick Rivers Instagram, but my other one that I got, I'm a big figure collector, and just like collector of comic books and all kinds of cool nerdy things. So yeah, check me out there. Now, this is the make it or break it part of the whole drawing, is adding the inks on top of it. It was, I made a few mistakes on the inks. One of the biggest mistakes, I kind of wish I would have left where his lens are at. I would have left that, the blue color pencil instead of inking it. But it's not too bad. With my pens, I think I just use my microns it's like a 0.005 and a 0.5 and probably like a 0.2. So I wanted to kind of keep my lines a little thin and crispy. I did go over them again, the outline of the character after I inked it all. I went over it again, just kind of thickened the lines up a little bit because they were a little more thinner than I'd like them to be. I'm trying to get away from relying on really, really thick, bold lines for the character outlines. That's something I used to do a lot. And I added a little bit because I wanted to get some of that purple in there, so I added a little bit of lavender colored pencil and blended it. And it turned out pretty cool. Added a little bit of red colored pencil on his nose too. And the final touches, got my white acrylic paint out and just kind of added a little bit more sheen to his goggles, make it look a little bit more reflective than I had it. And some of those spots that I wanted to leave open that I accidentally colored. So tried to fix that the best I could with that. And that's about it. That is my version of Mark Grayson, aka Invincible. Hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making this. I enjoyed drawing this. It was a fun drawing. You will see more practical drawings like this. I'll be getting more use out of this table. Again, thank you, Dave. I'll be getting more use out of this table. You'll see more videos like this. I'll try to keep it to at least one practical, one hand-drawn drawing a month if possible. If you like this video, you'd like to see more, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell notification. That way you'll know when another Aonr video is popping up. Thank you guys. Love you. Appreciate your time. Till the next one. Peace.